I talked a few months ago about skill fishing and the increase in AI generated resumes and how there were lots of chatter from employers about the rise of these types of documents and submissions by job seekers. I'll link that video here so you can watch it because it'll give you context of what we're talking about today. This morning, I spent some time just clicking around and looking at some things. And what I've learned is that employers are now identifying solutions to combat that situation that they said they were experiencing. And just to give you a little bit of understanding of like why this is a problem for employers is because they say that every job applicant is looking the same. Everyone's resume is reading the same. Everyone's qualifications are the same. The documents from your resumes to your cover letters to even how you are presenting yourself in an interview are the same because of the overuse of AI. If you don't know, people are using AI to write their resumes. People are using AI to write their cover letters. People are using AI technology to even interface, like if it's a virtual interview session interface with a teleprompter that gives them the responses to read off to interview questions. And so it's creating this problem for employers where they are unable to determine or identify probably I would say easily as probably they had in the past, like who's an outstanding candidate and who's not. Because everyone is reading the same on paper, everyone is showing up, sounding the same, looking the same, which we know is an issue with AI use. Everybody sounds the same. So this morning I was clicking around and I learned that employers are either approaching this problem from two different sides of the aisle. The first is employers are, in order to combat the use of AI by job seekers, they themselves are purchasing and embedding within their recruiting and hiring processes more use of AI on their end, where they are purchasing software to track the keystrokes of job applicants. So, as an example, like they are tracking what you're doing during the application submission process. They are using AI technology purchasing software that doesn't just rely on your resume submission or how you answer the questions on a job application. They are using software that scrubs the internet for data about you to build together like a data backed story about who you are as a job candidate, right? They again are using software to track your keystrokes. So, like if you get to the part on a resume on the application submission, it is asking you to answer these questions, and you are putting the questions in the chat and then put into your AI and then posting it into the response. They're tracking that to screen you out. And then there are employers who are strongly considering, if not have already, what utilizing or readopting what they're calling analog strategies and practices to hiring and recruiting. And what that looks like is posting on local job boards rather than, the favorite mainstream job boards that we all know about. Um, Making strategic partnerships with local colleges and universities. They are going back to headhunting, relying on alumni networks and word of mouth referrals. So, the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because where we are right now in the job market requires you to understand even more from the lens of a career seeker, as someone who is trying to get in for whatever position that you want, that as technology advances, so does your job strategies need to advance, right? So to read what I read today about like employers thinking about going back to analog practices, I immediately thought like for a subset of job seekers, that is going to be eye opener because many people are new graduates, new into the workforce, and you've only known the digital side of looking for a job. When I think about analog, I think about like going to the actual employer, filling out an application, introducing yourself on the spot. All of these are still strategies that I teach my coaching clients. And it's largely because I want them to be a well-informed career seeker. So I guess my point of talking about this today out loud, one, I'm processing what I learned about today. And it just really just highlighted the importance of you should know, like, for the sake of this conversation, we'll call it traditional and non-traditional means. You should know all of the strategies of traditional and non-traditional job searching, right? I know I always talk about like how during the height of COVID, people were easily able to get jobs just through the use of the strategy of go on LinkedIn, jump in their inbox, introduce yourself. They will hire you. But we have clearly moved from that phase. And what I anticipate is there's going to be a mass like urgency for the job seekers who never learned traditional means of job searching when employers decide to go right instead of going left with more adoption of AI. Because there are critics out there who are criticizing like employers' way to combat the use of AI by job seekers by adopting even more AI. And it's like, when does the battle ever end? It's going to be AI against AI. And so as a way to counteract that, that's why employers are strongly looking at analog means of hiring and recruiting. And so if you are a job seeker who either has been in your job for years, right, and you are now just strongly considering getting back into the job market, and when you got your job, all you knew was like the traditional ways to get a job. I go there, I fill out an application. Heck, I even look in the newspaper at the classifieds, right? If you only know that means of job searching, it's going to be critical for you to understand the digital side of job searching as well, because there's not going to be a guarantee about what method employers are using, right? There's no universal standard that's on the table that's being talked about around like all employers are going to use these methods only. I did read something where in the state of New York, where it was proposed in 2023, I believe it was, where the government in introduced a requirement where employers have to notify applicants of the use of AI in the selection process. But again, that's not a mandate that says that all employers in the state of New York will be required to use traditional means and methods for hiring job candidates, right? So it's going to be important for wherever you are, be it you are someone who's been in your job forever and you're now just like toying with the idea of getting back in the job market. And then for my new people, my new graduates, my new people to the workforce, it's going to be important for you to learn how to go find jobs in your surrounding community as opposed to over relying on, again, your favorite job boards and going there, or the favorite blog sites that post job leads. It's going to be important. Diversification of your job search methods are going to be imperative. And again, these are all things that I teach my coaching clients because I wholeheartedly believe that the focus on just knowing how to get the job that you went to school for is very limited. You should know how to be able to get jobs in any job market. And again, this is another sign of like the constant changing, the constant focus of the job market. One day is this, the next day is that, the next thing is this. And I anticipate like with the use of analog practices coming back, that's going to send a lot of people in a tailspin. Why? Because people have gotten used to applying from behind a computer because that was the reigning method. But with analog practices coming back, I see that as like no more virtual interviews. You're gonna have to go in person, right? And if you haven't really mastered interviewing, if you are over relying on the AI technology to prompt you and script you out and tell you how to respond to an interview question, you're gonna be flailing like a little fish. So this is just my all call that again, knowing how to get jobs in any market, any means or methods, regardless of what the employer is using, what they're doing, is going to be important because employers, they are they are responding to the times, right? Y'all overkill the AI resume, so now they gotta figure out something else. And I talked about this before in another podcast episode, like how I anticipate the use of skills tests going to be on the rise. That was also talked about with analog means and methods. You're going to get to the point where if you think that the questions at the end of a job application are daunting, just wait until you have to go take an in-person skills test, an assessment to prove that you can do the work that you want to do. Right now, the biggest complaint that a lot of job seekers I see, degree, highly credentialed, experienced job seekers, is the number of interviews they have to do. But what if you haven't experienced the job search interviewing process until you've taken some skills tests, some written tests, right? Sample writings, things like that. And so again, it's going to require that you understand that, you know, you may have to do a little bit more to really show like to yourself that you are adaptable. My biggest thing that I teach my coaching clients is learn all of the means and methods. So then when things change, you won't be caught like a deer in headlights. I think the biggest problem that's going on right now is that people only learn one way. And it's like it's like which is was a one treat one treat pony. And so, but with job searching, with careers, with career development, it has to be a mixed bag. It's always been that way, right? If I would have just relied on when I was in call centers, how I got those call center jobs, I would not have experienced the growth that I did in my career. I understood that in order to get to these different levels in my career, I'm going to have to learn new means, methods, strategies, and techniques. And so that's really the overarching like goal of this conversation is if you are approaching your career and your job search like it should only be one way and it's going to always be that way from high school until I retire, no, it's not. It's going to be ebbs and flows. There are going to be changes. It's going to be different things that you're going to have to prioritize at different moments. This is why it's so important to understand how to read the job market, how to interpret it based on your individualistic needs and goals. That's another thing that really was hyped up to the point of no return during COVID was it was like a one size fits all approach to everything. And I've always been like, hey, no, it's based on you as an individual. You can't do what Sally did. You can't do what Jim Bob and what they did over there. You have to do what based on where you are, your needs, your goals, your geographical region, the things that you are working with, your experience, your education. And so again, job searching is not a one size fits all approach. It's going to take a mixed bag and it's going to require that you know more than how to pick a job title from a job title list. It's going to require that you know more than how to use AI to write your resume. I've always said from the beginning, wholeheartedly believe that every person should know how to write a resume. It is a life skill, right? And it's only a small percentage of the things you need to master, right? I knew about the interviewing AI technology, but to hear like people are using it so much so that employers know y'all using it without the AI detection software, that then tells me you don't even understand the ABCs of interviewing, right? Again, life skills that you're going to always need. So I'm going to stop there. But yeah, the people are combating the use of AI for the resumes. It's going to require that you get a little bit more savvier. I always say go back to old school. It never fails you, and that's what they're doing anyway. So if you have any thoughts, ideas about this conversation, if there's something in the news that you recently read, you want me to talk about it, dissect it, disseminate it down, like put it in plain language, Marthea, what does this mean for me? Find me on the internet. Tell me what the article, what it's about, and I'll read through it and give you my interpretation. But the people going back to old school ways, okay? It might be the time as we might start seeing an uptick in classifieds. I don't even know if they still have classifieds for jobs. I came in on the tail end of that era after graduating from high school where you open up the newspaper and they were like hiring for a receptionist. Do you even know where to access a newspaper? Right? Do you even know where your local job board is? Okay. I'll talk to you next time. Happy macro career planning. Bye.